You're listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The Ecosystem Approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. We are all fascinated with our own personality. Many gravitate toward personality typing systems to see ourselves, more clearly. Today, we would like to suggest a new way to look at personality that could be life-changing for you. Many personality typing systems leave out the most important part, the direction for your personal evolution that is in alignment with the framework of your authentic personality. This is an important show. We're married intuitives with over 25 years experience who created the Ecosystem Approach. This is a groundbreaking way to see yourself in this age of Aquarius. We help you unleash healing and potential that is unknown today and is totally unique to you personally. This is not your typical type of energy work. We help you with life-changing internal discovery that is powerful, rational, practical, and useful for everyday life. Jason, explain, what is this new way of seeing a person's personality?
We've created a body of knowledge where your essence or soul is at the center and includes the energies of the world. So think of it, the model of a solar system like you saw in high school,
Sure.
Where the sun and then the planets revolving around the sun.
Correct.
Well, in this model, your essence, which is an energy,
That's right.
is in the center, and these energies revolve around that, and they could include those planets. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Yes. Actually, this is really exciting to me because I've been working on this one for close to a real strong year. I'll say it that way. Go ahead, Jason.
So this model isn't static, but it's continuously evolving like you do.
Yes.
And with our model, there's no limits, and it allows for growth and true evolution. Most personality typing systems don't do that. So,
okay. So, all right. So, Jason, what's wrong with the current personality typing system or systems?
Well, there's quite a few out there, for example.
Okay.
So, but they're static. They don't give you information to help you grow or evolve. Okay. One of them that I've liked and I've used for many years, was the Myers-Briggs. And I looked it up just before the show, and I found that it had been discredited, but that's been overcome, that discreditation. But the truth is that it's a fixed static.
It has boundaries.
System. Yes.
Okay.
So your type is represented by four types of abilities within your personality.
Right.
And extroverted, introverted, that sort of thing.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Okay.
So that's who you are.
Okay.
And we know that's not true.
Well, I have a little tiny story, and I'll be quick about it. Yeah. I went to work temporarily for a company, and before I could actually go to work, I had to take a Myers-Briggs test, and I ended up having to take 3 of them because the boss of the company didn't like my answers. In other words, he didn't agree with what what I had written.
He said you failed it, which is, of course,
yeah.
if you know anything about personality typing systems,
How do you fail that?
Yeah, you can't
exactly.
do that. Yeah.
Anyway, the thing that was the most amazing to me was I believe I was supposed to only be temporary for 2 weeks, but it ended up being like a month because they had so much backlog of things that needed to be taken care of. At the end of this time is when he told me about how he didn't really want to hire me, but he had no choice because I did have certain experience in certain things that he needed. And he said that he didn't really understand because I was the first one to, quote, fail a Myers-Briggs test. I didn't fail it once. I didn't fail it twice. I failed it 3 times. But he said at the end of the conversation, after the month was up, he said, I'd like to know if you'd like to join our team here and stay on full time. I smiled at him very nice and said, thank you, but no, thank you for the offer. But the point that I'm getting at is that the Myers-Briggs pigeonholed me into something that I wasn't.
Yes.
And he saw through what I had done to help his company get it together. He saw that the Myers-Briggs wasn't telling the truth about who I was.
Exactly. And so you know, the Enneagram is a personality typing system that we use.
Yes.
There's DISC, DISC, which is used in corporate world a lot. There's astrology.
Okay.
There's many others.
Right.
And, you know, I know there's a person that developed her own. You know, people love these things because they tell you about yourself, and they love them because the level of emotional intelligence in the world today is so low. Is so low. I mean, not just it should be up here. It's way down, way, you know, on the floor down there.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, I think about this because you know, before I started doing the ecosystem approach, I studied astrology. I knew my Myers-Briggs type. I looked into the Enneagram. I studied the Enneagram. You know, I did a lot of personality typing systems over the years.
Right.
Oh, there's the Christian temperaments. There's 4 Christian temperaments. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and they're all
obviously it's not one I use
for personality typing systems, but it's not until the ecosystem approach did oh my gosh, my knowledge of myself exploded.
Correct.
And I'm still 25 years later getting insights and clarity and feel like I'm growing. And I feel like every single day there's a little bit of evolution.
Well, and I want to say
which is the way it's supposed to be. Hello.
Exactly.
If you're listening right now and you're saying, oh my gosh, you know, I want to evolve. I want to do that. You know, it's go watch some of our other shows. The Ecosystem Approach show is on YouTube, and go to our YouTube channel.
Right. So, and I want to say the other personality typing systems that are out there, they want you to fit into a box, but if you don't fit into that box, it tells people like me, you failed.
Yeah.
And that's not the truth at all. So
if there's any, we don't have a box, we have you at the center. But let's go some of this other stuff, because the part we need to define evolution, because that's a biggie.
Well, exactly. And it really helps people understand why the ecosystem approach is so valuable.
Evolution is growth at the level of the soul or essence. Not all human growth, learning, or development is evolved.
No.
In other words, if you learn to become a really good football player, a really good tennis player, really good at golf, that's not evolution.
You're just really good at a game.
You can really good at a game. Now you can learn some life lessons from that, or you can learn about yourself as you craft your skills.
Correct.
That may affect your essence, but it may not. It's
Right.
hard to know.
Right.
But evolution is permanent. In other words, it stays with your soul.
Yes.
And for those of you that know that your soul doesn't end when your physical body ends,
Right.
that it stays with you.
Correct.
And it's very, very helpful. In the study of psychology, evolution is never considered because it can't be measured or understood in kind of conventional way.
Correct.
Focus on evolution is always with your essence, your soul. Your soul is intangible. Your essence it's an energy.
Correct.
So you can't just measure it or apply scientific rigor like you would for anything else.
Well, let's talk about. Well, I know we have a few things to talk about in the show today, but what about modern psychology and how they use programming?
Well, let's contrast that first with saying real healing, mental health healing is always an energy process.
Yes, it is.
And so modern psychology uses programming, and those methods are toxic to essence. They tell you how to think, how to feel, and actions to take.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the energy. That doesn't create evolution. They often suggest manipulations and tricks for yourself to do things that are difficult.
Right.
The ecosystem approach is based on uncovering who you are authentically. And as you have blocks and negative energies in your way, we teach you how to remove them.
Right.
I mean, that's the way to do it, not to work around them, not to manipulate them, not to trick them.
And when you remove them, it leaves room within you, within your essence, to have your authentic self come forward.
Yes.
Now that is huge.
Well, and what the ecosystem approach creates is a sustainable improvements in your personality. Programming methods are not sustainable, but when you do something that at the level of your essence, it's yours. It's yours forever.
And I've never done anything that I didn't see an improvement with regarding using the ecosystem approach and removing negative energy.
Yes.
So, Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
We've created a body of knowledge where your essence is at the center and allows you to evolve without any limits to your potential. Most personality typing systems create boundaries and limit real growth and evolution. Evolution is growth of the soul or essence, but not all development creates evolution. Modern psychology uses programming methods which are toxic and hostile to evolution. The ecosystem approach is based on uncovering who you are authentically and clearing a path to your heart's desire using energy techniques. The ecosystem approach creates a sustainable improvements in your personality. Yes. Programming methods are not sustainable.
In the next segment, we're going to talk about the model of the personality that we use with the ecosystem approach and some amazing tools we use to help and support your growth. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the model of the personality that we use with the Ecosystem Approach and some amazing tools we use to help and support your growth. Jason, will you explain the model we have using the Ecosystem Approach for personality and creating true, this is big, everyone, true evolution?
It puts your essence or soul at the center and focuses on your essence for true evolution and sustainable mental health.
Yeah.
Around your essence, and it's around your essence are subtle energies that affect your life. And those are incorporated in this model. Yeah. We're going to talk some more about that. Yeah. Okay. But one of the things that, during COVID, everyone was talking about mental health and how there's a mental health crisis in our country and that sort of thing. The ecosystem approach, and I'm not saying this is true for every single mental health problem.
Okay.
But for the most part, we help each other.
Yes, we do.
But we help ourselves, because when you're using your essence is probably your best therapist that was ever created. It's natural. It helps you. It says, oh, you need to look at this. Oh, you need to look at this. and it doesn't talk to you that explicitly. Sometimes, there's different ways, and we've done shows about how your essence talks to you. But this, it's very natural, and for the most part, people that are struggling and need to go talk to someone, that would be replaced if they were connected with their essence. They could clear whatever those needs come up, they could clear those and then see what they're supposed to do now by just listening internally to their essence.
Exactly. So, Jason, what are the two personality typing systems that we use?
We use two, but I want to make this important distinction. These typing systems are tools.
There you go.
I'm losing my voice. Tools. But they're not central to the process. No. And the focus is always on negative energy attached to your essence and constantly removing that negative energy. Removing the negative energy creates what activates the ability to capture human potential. Oh my gosh, that's such a big statement.
It really is. And in fact, I don't think most people understand that removing negative energy
opens up the 80 or 90% of human potential that you're not using.
You know what is it? We only use 20% of our brain or something like that. I don't remember what the number was, but what they're really talking about is we're not using all of who we are
because it's blocked by negative energy.
That's exactly right.
And programming will never get you there.
Yes.
So the two typing tools that we use are the Enneagram, and the natal chart and astrology.
Right.
And we're going to talk about those. So
okay. Can I jump in?
Yes.
I had never heard of the Enneagram before, and when I met Jason, he basically said, this book belongs to me, but read it and bring it back. Okay. Which I did. And,
this is when we first met.
Yes, but it wasn't yesterday, by the way.
Yeah.
And, but the thing that was the most amazing to me, I did exactly what everybody does. You read the book and you find the personality that you think you want to be, not the one that you actually are. I want to say that one because I have to say, 1 out of 10 actually understand their real personality typing.
Yeah.
But most of the time it isn't the case. That's the first thing. So I did, I figured it out, and Jason did help me with that. But then when I started reading about all the dysfunctions, it was like, oh my gosh, and I truly wanted to ignore them. But to this day, when I see these compulsions that happen in
personality compulsion,
in my personality,
based on your Enneagram type,
exactly, I now have a tool where I can say, "Oh, I hadn't seen that part of me before, and this is not something that I want because it's not either productive, it's not positive, it's all of those things." And I'm going to use an example real fast. One of the biggest dysfunctions of a 4 personality, which I am, is jealousy. First time Jason ever said it to me, I looked at him and went, no way. And of course, throughout the years, I've seen more and more. I'm laughing at myself, but before I couldn't even laugh at myself. It was like a fate worse than death. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. But the truth is, by using the ecosystem approach, it really helped me understand it's just energy and I don't have to be a victim to it.
Well, and I
love that.
We see it all around us today.
Yes.
We see people who are jealous, who have no idea that they're jealous.
That's right.
No idea.
It's normal and natural.
Yeah. And they don't really understand why they're behaving a certain way because they don't have this context. So the Enneagram gives you a context. So let's talk about the Enneagram just really quickly.
Okay.
It's a very popular typing system.
Yes.
I always knew it would be useful.
Yes.
It's a powerful body of knowledge. So we can see, here's the key. And this isn't written anyplace else. So when you go to an Enneagram store and you get some Enneagram books, you're not going to read this. This is from the ecosystem approach because we're intuitive and we see these things because we've been refining our intuition by clearing the negative energy. But one of the things about the Enneagram type is it shows you where the negative energy is in your personality.
Yes.
That's why it's so powerful.
Yes.
People say, oh, this is the Enneagram opens up your soul, opens up the pathway to your soul.
But if you don't know a way to get rid of it, then
the problem is that even those books that say this is a pathway to your soul, they don't know how to remove the negative energy.
I'm talking about
they don't acknowledge the negative energy.
That's correct.
It's all a whole bunch of gobbledygook over here that isn't really true.
Yeah, that's a really good word.
What we use the Enneagram, a lot of what's written about the Enneagram right now, what we use it for is for people to understand their type.
Yes.
And that's really helpful. And then understand other people's type.
Yes.
It's very, very helpful.
And it helps you be able to not only deal with you, but deal with others.
But I've never seen an Enneagram book that had an effective way to remove those things. And they should be removed because, for example, for Patricia, her type is not like her astrology. Her astrology and her type are in conflict. Now, some people, it's sort of related.
Yeah, I have a few things, but nothing major.
My mother, for example, is a Pisces, and her type is a 2 with a 1 wing. Well, they kind of match up. A Pisces is very much like a 2.
Very.
A 2 is very much like a Pisces, but there's still a distinction that that has to be
and very dysfunctional.
Yes.
So, and the other one?
Well, the other thing about the Enneagram, I think, is that it was the inspiration for the Enneagram came from the non-physical dimension.
Right.
It was given to us because it was known in the non-physical dimension that we don't see on Earth negative energy.
Correct.
So, for example, a 2 is too loving. It has too much loving, and people say, well, what's wrong with that? That's not negative energy. Loving isn't negative energy.
But
the
smothering is
smothering and possessiveness, those types of things are negative energy.
Exactly.
We don't see that sort of thing. We don't make those distinctions.
Right. So let's talk about the natal chart.
Okay. This chart is thousands of years old and been used to determine a person's personality and character. It's easy to get distracted with this, again, just like with the Enneagram, to learn to dissect all the details of your chart, but you miss the point. The natal chart provides a framework to understand who you are in a way that's natural to you, and then start clearing away the negative energy that's attached to you so you can see yourself more clearly. Don't go back to the natal chart. Keep clearing the negative energy so you can see yourself. And that's where people often go off.
Okay. So Jason, explain how the ecosystem approach model is different.
We have a definite path for evolution, removing negative energy. We tell you how to remove the negative energy, how to identify it, how to use the Enneagram as a tool to identify the negative energy. We use the natal chart as a framework about your authentic self and as a roadmap for progress so you can keep track and with the direction that you're going in, so you're not going off in the wrong direction and going in the right direction.
Correct.
We always keep your essence at the center of the process. The focus is always about how you feel and what your feelings are, and the subtle energies that represents the things that block you and keep you from your personal evolution and forward movement. We teach you to look at your life, not focus on the specifics of some personality typing system.
Exactly. Well, and there's one more thing here. The planetary energies, we have not really talked enough about them, and I would like to do more about that. But
we're going to talk about that in the next segment.
Okay.
But we use planetary energies for support on this difficult path of evolution.
Yes.
And removing toxic programming can be very, very difficult.
Correct.
And it needs specific and powerful support.
Exactly.
And this is one way to get that with the planetary energy.
Well, and we're going to talk in the next segment about actually how to use those. So, Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
We have created a personality model that puts essence, the most individual and powerful part of a person, at the center. Most personality typing systems focus on the system, not the person. They focus on doctrine and applying it to a person, and it's easy for doctrine to become the center of the process. Our model puts you and your essence at the center, and our focus is always on your feelings, perceptions, and old toxic programming,
Yes.
which is negative energy that needs to be removed. We use the Enneagram to identify the negative energy attached to essence, and we use the natal chart as a frame to describe the authentic personality and direction of a person. Our model understands that you remove negative energy and your essence is activated and will direct you via intuition to evolve and have the best life possible. Your essence naturally guides you to evolve, to be healthy, to make the best decisions, and to help you navigate relationships. This model is highly effective and can support growth and evolution for a lifetime.
Love it. In the next segment, we're going to talk about the game-changing approach to your personality that we use in ways that is unknown today. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the game-changing approach to your personality that we use in ways that is unknown today. Okay, Jason, tell us about this game-changing approach to a person's personality.
The natural world has positive, supportive energies that are free and unlimited for the taking. A huge source of these positive energies are planets in the solar systems.
Love it. Okay. How using these planetary energies? Talk about that just a little bit, and the remarkable things that are amazing.
The planets highlighted in astrology each have energies that we can all access. These energies are powerful and can affect your personality in specific ways.
Correct.
Just like we all have personalities that have certain characteristics and imbalances that need to be refined or smoothed out, the planetary energies is like a group. As a group is a full set of tools.
Correct.
That you always have what you need.
Mm-hmm.
These energies are free for the taking. There is no limit or boundary on how much you can use.
Okay. Well, okay. You have an example here, and I think it's really, really a good one.
So let's say you go to a therapist and say you struggle to say no. They may give you ways to think about it. They may talk about reasons why you can't say no and what's happened in your past about that.
Sure.
And then they give you strategies and techniques. But those things never change the energy. Maybe you've been programmed to say yes and were shamed when you said no. Mm-hmm. That dysfunctional programming is an energy. So we've always struggled with this because talking about how you were programmed doesn't necessarily change the energy of being programmed.
Yes.
And, we're going to raise our hands. We both have lots of therapy. And we know that it was helpful.
Well, sort of in the
back
moment.
Then.
Yes.
But now compared to the ecosystem approach, it's like, oh my gosh, why would you spend that money and waste your time when you can just clear what's in your way?
Exactly.
It makes so much more sense.
Well, clear what's in your way and activate planetary energies to help you actually be you. And in that, I'm going to say this from my own experience, become strong and calm and loving and caring, but also aware and see what your purpose is.
Well, it depends.
There's so many things.
Being caring is specific to your personality or not.
Exactly.
Some people aren't that caring.
That is correct.
That's correct. Just the way they are. But that not from your Enneagram type,
exactly.
Not from another type of personality typing system, but from your astrology.
Correct.
Correct. And so understand, here's the takeaway from this example about saying no.
Okay.
Dysfunctional programming is an energy. You can clear that. And as you're
like loneliness is an energy, you can clear that.
Well, not having the confidence to say, to know whether to say no, and then not having the confidence to express it.
Exactly.
Are both energies.
Correct.
And the reason you have those things is because of programming that you've had in your childhood that can be cleared.
Yes.
But then as you clear that stuff, you still need to have the confidence and strength to say no in specific situations.
Correct.
So based on your specific natal chart, you can determine, you can get a picture of the possibilities of energies that you could use.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that in just a minute.
Okay.
So
all right. So and Jason, how do you choose the correct planetary energies for you?
There are two parts to that.
Okay.
First requires an understanding of your own astrology natal chart.
Mm-hmm.
The second is an understanding of the personalities of the planets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did a whole series where we channeled the planets.
Right. We didn't channel them all, but we're
I think we did. We got
I think we missed one or two, but that's okay.
Well, but there's no precise formula to use.
Correct.
So trying out different energies in different situations is what works. Now,
correct.
Let's give an example. For you, I think it's a great example.
Okay.
Being a 4 in the Enneagram type, 4s are emotional, dramatic.
I don't know what you mean.
And often jealous. There's a lot of characteristics of the 4. Yeah, but we saw that, and I kept saying this to Patricia as we went through the ecosystem approach, that I can see that her astrology is not really that emotional. No. She's a Libra. Her moon sign is Gemini, for those of you who know these things, which is ruled by Mercury. And then her ascending sign is also Libra.
So that makes me double
Libra.
And
her and those Libras in the first house. So it's a very powerful Libra, but
I wasn't, and wait a minute, let me back up. Until I started understanding the planetary energies, I wasn't using it correctly. I wasn't using it to my advantage. Let me say it that way. I didn't understand the need for balance in my life, which is, by the way, Venus energy. I didn't understand that because of my personality type, that I could remove emotionality and bring in objectivity. And I know I've made jokes over and over again, but honestly, everyone, I had no idea how to even use objectivity, because
be objective,
because that is not the quote programming of my past.
Her
my entire family
is not known for their objectivity.
Not at all.
So but we could tell, because Libra and Gemini and Libra are air signs, and air signs by definition are intellectual.
Exactly. And intellectual has the ability to see
and be objective.
It's,
so,
and it's like, huh?
So when you're struggling with objectivity,
which I do still, don't misunderstand,
you activate Venus energy.
I do. And within seconds, there's like, oh, I don't need this emotion here. In fact, I take and put it in the processor like I talk about. I'm tired of walking into it. And I use that objectivity to gain information for the situation that I'm in. It's awesome.
So the way to do this is to practice with different energies.
Yes.
And it's not the intention of our show today to kind of itemize each of the planets and what their energies are for and that sort of thing.
No. We're going to get to that.
Yeah. But we've done some of it already, a lot of it already in past shows. So, for me, I'm a Sagittarius sun sign with a Scorpio moon and an Aries rising.
Correct.
That's a lot of fire and water.
And by the way, you wouldn't know it on a regular day that he has a lot of fire and water, because you don't see that fire side of Jason unless he's talking about something that he loves.
Yes.
Or something, or unless somebody pushes buttons, so to speak. And he will roar in a way that you go, who is that? And yet there's part of him that Jason will always get the job done.
Well, and
It's quite attractive.
I'm seeing it that my Enneagram type is 6, which is based about fears.
Yes.
A Sagittarius and an Aries are not afraid. A Scorpio is not afraid. It's not a scaredy cat sign at all.
No, not at all. Any of them.
And so that part of my personality I've been clearing away, and all of a sudden there's this fiery nature that I have, yes. And I've always been thought of, and my mother manipulated me to do this. This is part of my negative programming, to be a good boy,
Yeah.
Because it served her. She wanted me to be a good boy to serve her. And I see that now, especially now that we're taking care of her in dementia.
Right.
But I'm not a good boy, I'm sorry to anybody that else there that thinks that it's not me.
Well, by the way, he'll tell you the truth in the blink of an eye and not think twice about how he presents it at times.
So
I had to say, you need to think about that
one. And that one, that's normal to me. That's the way, that's who I am naturally. So,
right.
So if I ever offend you, please get over it, because I'm probably going to do it again.
That was good. I love it. Okay. So, all right. So, we've seen,
we have to talk about the other energies.
Okay.
Real quick.
The other energies real quick.
This is more of a teaser, but the planet Earth is filled with positive energies that are useful to human beings. I need
you to say that again.
The planet Earth is filled with positive energies that are useful to human beings.
Yes. One of the reasons we're here, everyone.
There's a new appreciation for the natural world and being outdoors in nature.
Yes.
However, we see that most people don't know how to experience nature and use the energy of nature in ways that make any sense. Right. We're going to be talking about that in the future. So that's the teaser.
I love that.
We watch a lot of travel videos on YouTube and really take in those, they're out there in nature, but they're not taking in the energy. No. It doesn't make sense to us.
Exactly. So, Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
The game-changing approach to working with your personality using the ecosystem approach is by using planetary energies. These planetary energies are a huge source of supportive and helpful ways to work with your personality that is natural to the way humans are designed. Common methods of using strategies and techniques for working with personalities is not natural to the way humans are designed. The planets highlighted in astrology each have energies that we all can access and affect your personality in specific ways. There are 2 parts to choosing the correct planetary energies. First is knowing your own natal chart in astrology. And the second is understanding the personality of the planets. Although there is no precise formula to use, the best thing you can do is just try different energies in different situations and see what works best for you. Right. There are so many positive energies in the world. They are ours for the taking.
So we are going to discuss how to clear, but we're also going to tell that real quick. But also, we're going to show you in the next segment how to activate a few planetary energies.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Let's do that. So why don't we just break now and we'll go and do that.
Well, then, with that said, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you work with your personality in new ways using natural methods from the model of the ecosystem approach. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the System Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to help you work with your personality from the model of the ecosystem approach. Jason, let's real fast tell everyone how to do the clearing or / removing negative energy.
So your posture is not important. You don't have to be reverent. You don't have to bow in reverence, that sort of thing.
Okay.
You're talking to yourself. You're not, you're just giving yourself instructions.
Correct.
And you're asking certain parts of yourself to listen. It's that simple. You can be walking, you can be laying down, you can be standing on your head, you can be sitting down. That doesn't matter. So when we say to eliminate, picture in your mind's eye, in your imagination, what to eliminate, whether it's emotions, veils and illusions, barriers.
Okay.
We gather those up, blow them into the processor. Moxie's putting a picture of the processor up now.
Thank you, Moxie.
And we'll just put it in the processor. It gets processed, so it comes out neutral.
Correct.
So the negative energy goes in and comes out neutral.
And the negative energy isn't on you anymore, and it's not on anybody else.
Yep.
That is one of the best things about not only the
Ecologically silent.
exactly,
yes.
Not only for the because of the ecosystem approach, but because we're changing negative to neutral.
Yes.
Okay, so helping you and everything around you. Jason, let's rock and roll.
You want to talk about how to activate planetary energies or activating life force?
Okay, I can. Well, in fact, when we activate life force, we'll activate planetary energies as well. But the bottom line is that what you're going to do is you're going to pull it in through the top of your head. You're going to let this positive energy, life force, the most powerful energy that we have access to, go all the way through your body. And you're going to ask it to stop at the tips of your toes. You don't want any negative energies that the positive energy is collected or pushing out of you. And what you want to do is you want to pull it back up and you want to blow it into the processor. That processor is one of the most valuable tools that we have access to as well, not to mention the positive energy of life force. And by the way, that life force is the energy you were talking about earlier here that we on Earth have access to. Everybody has access to it. It's pretty cool. So Jason, rock and roll and whatever we need.
Here we go. I direct all my resources at all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that the Enneagram approach, the ecosystem approach, uses a model for the personality with essence or soul at the center, and the other energies, including planetary energies, revolve around it.
All right, nice and easy. Pull in. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to lift up and get rid of the veils and illusions that are keeping you from seeing the importance of not only your essence or soul, but also the importance of planetary energies. Throw everything out. I'm going to shorten it up and activate veils and illusions so I can see that many personality typing systems have their doctrine at the center, not you as an individual, and do not include any path to evolution. You're going to get rid of those veils and illusions and throw out negative energies. Jason?
And to eliminate the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm I have because I'm not living my life according to a model that is natural and organic to the way I was created.
So get rid of the stress and anxiety, pick it up, and throw it out. And to eliminate veils and illusions so I can see that essence or soul is always central to who you are naturally and organically. And the health of essence is the most important and should always be central to the development of personality. So get rid of those veils and illusions that are keeping you from understanding your essence.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that programming methods often that are part of therapy are toxic to essence and personal evolution.
Take a breath, nice and easy. And throw away those veils and illusions that are keeping you from who you are. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies can be used in an unlimited ways with great power and effectiveness. Nice and easy. Take a breath. And right now, I'm going to suggest use your sun sign. Activate your sun sign. Whatever those energies are for your sun sign, activate them right now. Pull them in through the top of your head so that you can use those today to feel better about you and learn and have an understanding of who you are. Right now, pull it in and blow out any negative energies that are blocking you. Jason?
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies can be used in unlimited ways with great power and effectiveness.
Nice. Pull it in. I'm sorry. Pull it in and blow it out. And to eliminate the barriers so I can see that self-knowledge comes when you put your essence in the center of the model for your personality. Nice and easy. Remove negative energy, those barriers to your self-knowledge. Jason?
And to eliminate the barriers so I can see that the Enneagram is very effective. You see the negative energies attached to me so I can clear them and remove them.
Love it. Nice and easy. Take a breath. Remove those barriers. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that human potential is directly related to health of essence that can be used as healing by removing negative energy with a personality model that puts essence at the core of all activities. Nice and easy. And blow it out. Jason, let's activate some life force. You ready?
Yes.
And to activate. And I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force so I can have hope to have my personality be in alignment with my essence and the planetary energies I need for my life right now. Pull it in and blow out any negative energy. Jason, go ahead.
And to activate life force so I can trust that my essence is always my best mentor, advisor, and wise master.
Yes.
So I can know that what's best for me in any particular moment.
Yes, pull it in and blow it out. And to activate life force so I can decide to use the model for my personality using the ecosystem approach that puts my essence at the center or the core of my life right now. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to activate life force. Oh, that's
me.
That's
okay.
yours. Yeah.
Here we go. And to activate life force so I can be happy and healthy, have fun, have laughter and joy, be able to use planetary energies to heal myself and to heal the world around me. And don't forget to have laughter and love and fun and joy in your life. Pull it in and blow out any negative energies left over. Jason, what are we gonna talk about next week?
Dementia caregiving is sort of an update. Okay. We're going to give you an intuitive perspective. We're learning so much taking care of my mom, who's 94 and is deaf.
Yes.
And we've seen outbursts and hallucinations. And instead of seeing them as part of a normal part of the progression of dementia, that science says, because it's cataloged, all those
we do see it a little different.
We see it so much differently. Right. And it's a fascinating show because we're going to talk about entities and ghosts, and things like that, and we see it so clearly. So, if today touched you, here's what you do. First of all, you can go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org, sign up for our free section. Go to our YouTube channel, The Ecosystem Approach. Watch us there, like us while you're there, subscribe, please do that.
Okay, don't forget about Facebook.
Facebook, theecosystemapproach.org. Right. On Facebook, we also have our videos there.
All right, we'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio, and you're listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia.
Remember, your ecosystem is the most important one in the world.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.